I am absolutely disgusted with that mother. I am so fucking disgusted. It is unbelievable how disgusted I am right now after witnessing what I saw in this episode of Boku dake. Now, just because I am disgusted doesn't mean this episode is bad. Oh, by no means. This episode is fucking wonderful. But I am so disgusted with that character. That character, the mother of Kaio, and when she was abusing her, like shoving her head into the sink. Dude, I was so pissed. I was so fucking pissed. Like, I was so pissed when I saw what the mother was doing to her. Just shoving her head into the damn sink and then dumping ice cubes. That right there is sickening. That is absolutely disgusting, sickening, and I can't even look at that mother as a human fucking being anymore. I can't even look at her as a person. To do something like that to your own flesh and blood, your fucking child, and do that, you don't even deserve to be fucking breathing in the presence of that child. Because that's how shitty of a parent you are. That right there, that really, really makes me mad. Okay, so what really set me off is when we know that Kaio's been getting abused. We've known this. It's been constantly hinted at since the last week's episode, and we got to see kind of, bruises all over. We didn't know the full story yet. We didn't know if the mother was slightly innocent. It could have been an abusive husband. We didn't know if it was, maybe the mother just letting her child get abused by the stepfather or whatever. We didn't know the full story. But then we see this episode, and we see it firsthand what the mother is doing to her daughter, straight up burning her fucking gloves. What the fuck? And then slinging her into a damn shed. Or, well, not really slinging her. Supposedly, I think Kaio actually ran into that shed to get away from her damn mother. Her gloves were fucking burnt. She had no clothing on, which means she could have froze to death. At that moment, Satoru, our main male character, probably just saved her life. Because, you go figure. You're in the middle of snowy weather, and she didn't even have anything to really cover her up. Her gloves are fucking gone. She has taken abuse. She's probably at the edge of passing out into unconsciousness. And then stuff like that happens. That's fucked up. That's really fucked up. And what's even more fucked up about this entire situation is that the mother knew where her daughter was. Because you want to know how? Satoru comes up and he tries to help her. He's like, here, he's getting his jacket off, trying to hand it to her. And the mother automatically pops up out of nowhere. And she wasn't around in that picture. That means she was watching the entire time. She knew her daughter was in there fucking freezing to death. Fuck her. Seriously, fuck her. I'm not joking. That is horrible. Like, worst damn parent of 2016. There is probably no other contender from this year I think is going to be able to beat that fucking parent. That is awful. I am really, really, really disgusted with that. But, I mean, my hat's off to Boku dake for making a parent a believable piece of shit. I'm sorry. That type of shit does happen in real life, which is kind of sad, because stuff like that, it makes you sad when you know stuff like what we saw in this episode does happen in everyday life, but, oh my god. Anyways, this right here, this episode mainly tackles the issue of trying to solve Kaio's problem. What she is going through, because as we know, she's getting abused, and eventually this is going to lead to her death, because we know she is found in the middle of the snow. After the snow clears, her body's found in the snow, and she's frozen to death, which most likely this event we saw in this episode could have been led to that as well. Maybe what I'm seeing here of why she probably froze to death is probably because she tried to run from her mother, and she couldn't take it anymore, and so she ran out into the wilderness and probably froze to death. That's probably what happened. Probably what we see here in this episode. She probably froze to death, which I'm very curious. I don't think it was ever stated. I could be wrong, so can someone clarify this for me? But was it ever stated that this mother was imprisoned in the real timeline? You know, when the first episode began, our main male character, like, the mother of Kaio was imprisoned or killed or anything. Was it ever stated, kind of fucking frozen over, and they see abuse marks all over the child? They're gonna instantly look at the fucking mother. And if the mother didn't, call for police to find her daughter, obviously the mother's, responsible for that type of shit. So I'm very curious about that, but one thing I gotta say, what I want to see before this series ends, I want to see that mother. Honestly, I'm not one to wish abuse on someone, but I want to fucking see that mother. I got it. I'm sorry. At the very least, I want to see what's coming to her. I want to see what's coming to her. After that shit right there, I want to see what's coming to her, because that right there is just crossing the line, what she did to her child. That crossed the fucking line. So, besides that, we also have it to where Satoru, he's actually committing the same mistakes he did in the past. For instance, when he was racing a kid, he let the kid win in the past, the kid got pissed off at Satoru, and in this present time we're seeing here that he's, correcting his wrongs, he also does the exact same mistakes. So, that's not good. He needs to actually not do the same mistakes he did in the past, which makes it to where he needs to remember more about what happened. So yeah, that's about it when it comes to this episode. More about, finding out the situation at the house with Kaio, our main female character. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. You all have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.